In a world that's changing so fast, we're all kind of asking the same thing, right? What skills do our teenagers actually need for a future we can't even picture yet? Well, today we're going to dive into the one skill that's not just human, but as it turns out, it's completely AI proof. Think about that for a second. AI, it's a brilliant calculator. It can process and copy and analyze faster than any of us. But what it can't do is have that spark, that original idea. You know, the ability to connect two totally random dots and create something brand new. That's our thing. That's your teen's thing. And in a world run by AI, that skill is becoming the most valuable one of all. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This is a market reality. LinkedIn asked thousands of companies what skill they're looking for most. And you know what they said? Creativity. It wasn't just on the list, it was number one, more important than anything else. The biggest companies in the world are literally hunting for people who can think creatively. Okay, so if creativity is so important, why do so many of our kids seem to, well, hit a wall? Let's talk about what a creative rut really looks like. You might just recognize a few of these signs. Just think about it for a minute. Do they get super frustrated with projects that don't have clear step-by-step instructions? Does it feel like they're just kind of waiting for some perfect idea to drop out of the sky before they can even get started? We call this creative rigidity. You see it when they're just copying the latest social media trend instead of trying something new, or when they get totally paralyzed by a blank page if there's no template. You might hear them say, "I'm just waiting for inspiration," or they'll just completely avoid a problem if it seems too messy or complicated. And listen, this isn't a character flaw, it's a huge sign of a deeper issue. And this, right here, is pretty much the root of the problem. For decades, we've been taught that creativity is like art. It's fuzzy, it's subjective, you're either born with it or you're not. Schools ask for a creative assignment and then grade it based on how pretty it looks. But what if creativity has nothing to do with being an artist and everything to do with being an engineer of new ideas? This brings us to the big aha moment. This is the insight that honestly changes everything. We have to stop treating creativity like it's some kind of magic and start seeing it for what it really is, a system, a method that anyone can learn. So let's just bust this myth right now. Creativity is not some mysterious gift for a chosen few artists. That's the old way of thinking. The truth? Creativity is a system. It's a skill you can train, like a muscle. It's a tool for solving problems, and it is 100% for everyone. We call this applied creativity, and the definition is actually super simple but so powerful. It's just the system of mixing and matching things we already know, but in new ways to solve a problem. That's it. It's not about inventing something from thin air. It's about combining existing pieces in a whole new way. So what does that system actually look like? Well, check this out. This startup constructor grid is a perfect example. On one axis, you list things that already exist. On the other, you list new technologies. And the magic happens in the middle when you start asking, what if? What if we combined online scheduling with drone delivery? Or what about pure tutoring with augmented reality? All of a sudden, you're not waiting for inspiration anymore. You have a machine for generating new ideas. Okay, so understanding the theory is one thing. But how do we actually put this stuff into action? How do we take this insight and turn our teens into confident, creative thinkers for life? Well, the solution is to start treating creativity like a muscle. That's the whole idea behind a system called Brain CrossFit. I mean, you wouldn't just wake up and decide to run a marathon without any training, right? Well, you can't expect to solve really tough problems without exercising those creative muscles. You've got to do the reps. And at Smart Teens, this is exactly what we do. We've taken this powerful brain CrossFit system and built a program that gives teens the tools and the practice they need. We help turn them from kids who just consume content into what we call idea machines. Let me show you what I mean with some real-world examples. This is Steven. He's just 12 years old, stuck in quarantine for cancer treatment. Instead of just passing the time, he combined his problem, the cancer, with something he knew, video games. He created a game where you actually destroy cancer cells and then built a whole support network around it for other kids. That's applied creativity. Or take Michaela. At 13, she was really afraid of bees. But instead of just running from her fear, she combined an old family lemonade recipe with some new research she did on bees. And boom, a lemonade business was born that actually helps protect the very insects she was scared of. And last one, this is Nick. At 15, he was tired of trying to read super long articles on his small phone screen.
A problem we all have, right? He combined that common problem with new AI tech and built an app that summarizes articles for you. He ended up selling that app to Yahoo for millions. All of these teens used the same exact system.
So the big question really isn't if your teen has creative potential, because they absolutely do. The question is, how do we unlock it? Where's the starting point? Well, it all begins with one simple step.
The first step is just to find out where your teen is right now. We've created a free Smart Teens assessment specifically to help pinpoint their creativity gap. It's quick, it's really insightful, and it'll give you a clear roadmap to help them build their most important future-proof skill. The link is in our bio. What problem is your teen uniquely positioned to solve?